Put an amount in. It's going to tell me, I don't have enough on hand. Real life example. I'm going to go ahead and say, yep, that's fine. We're going to go ahead and sell it. But even though this is going to appear on purchasing reports for Alicia, if you remember she's our purchasing person, I still want to send her a note because this is an extra important customer to me and I want to make sure she sees that we need to order this right away. So I have the ability off to the right in this area here to create a note. So I'm going to go ahead and create a note to Alicia, and I'm just going to say, hey, this item out of stock, please rush. And I'm going to say who it's to. In this case, I'm sending it to Alicia, and I want to notify her. Once I hit save, it's doing a couple things. First, it's saved to this particular sales order and gives me some nice traceability. And also, it sent a notification to Alicia. So now if I go back to Alicia's Roll Center, and I F5, which refreshes her screen, I now see the note because I am now Alicia. Double-click it, and I can actually see the order, see what she's talking about, and I can say, taken care of. Send it back, and good to go. So it's good, especially with items, anything really you can think of where it would be nice to have a conversation or some traceability associated with a particular document. So now I have the conversation. It's nothing that's, printing out to the customer, but it's nice internal information for me. So that's kind of, some of the productivity issues within the sales order. Obviously, the same holds true for any of the other data entry screens, purchasing, production orders, things of that nature. So I'm going to go ahead and hit OK out of the sales order and spend, I guess at this point, does anybody have any major question or something? No? Okay. We'll go back to the Roll Center, always back to home base, and talk just a little bit about additional integration. And I keep hammering this point, but it really has taken a lot of turns with the tighter integration with Microsoft and the other products. So in this particular case, I'll go ahead and...
Excuse me, I had one question on the notification, if I could ask that right quick.
Sure.
If you don't have that web part showing, what happens to that notification? Is that my notification required to be displayed?
Yes.
Okay.
Because I believe that is correct, yes, because otherwise it's not bringing up an alert box or anything of that nature.
Okay. All right. Thank
you. Right.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, no problem. So now we're back at the Roll Center, and we're back with Susan, who's the order entry, and she also does a lot of payment and customer calls because we're a small company and we have many hats. What she's working on right now is Canon Group hasn't paid their bills, and they'd like a list of the open invoices because they can't seem to locate them. So what we'll want to do is first we're going to go to the customer screen. So I can, once again, come to customers here. And I can go ahead and find the Canon Group. And once again, I can come over here, just kind of showing you the filters, and I can type the Canon. And it will bring up, anything that matches. And since I use a filter and that's the only one, we have customer statistics along the right-hand side and balance information. Anything blue means I can drill down on that information. So if I'm looking for invoice information, should be contained in the balance number. So I'll go ahead and click on the balance. And I am presented with open transactions for the Canon Group. Now, once again, I can come in here, hide show columns, and at this point I'm sure everyone sees how we can do that. I can come customize page, just like we did on all the other screens. You can hopefully start to see some of the consistency across the modules and the transaction screens. But in this case, once again, I'm looking at the Canon Group's transactions, and I want to filter just invoices because you see they have one credit memo here. Real life, you know, I may not see that so quickly, but here I want to go ahead and filter out to just show invoice document type. So that gives me only invoices for the Canon Group. And at this point then, I can come up here and I can send that information to Excel because I'd like to pretty it up a little bit before I send it on. And then this is just common, you know, Excel functionality. This has nothing to do with NAV, and I can come in and, you know, pretty it up for them and make it presentable. And I can come in and go ahead and save it. And I say save. Okay. Now, hold on here. We're going to do that one more time just so I can. Got to give it a name. We'll go ahead and save as and just save it to her desktop. And we'll go ahead and give it a name, Canon Invoice List. And we'll exit out of Excel. And at this point, I can send that, obviously, you know, right from Excel. I can also come over to back to the customer file, and we'll go back to the customer.